What is going on, guys? It is your boy Thriller here with the MGDL Season 1 Week 6 battle, taking on the GOAT himself, my brother from another mother, Kirby, and his rebranded Toronto Rap Scores, which I fucking love. I love the rebrand. But I don't love facing this team. But you guys are excited for another week of the MGDL. Definitely hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Join the crew today because you'll be thrilling with the king of the crew. And with that, this is it, guys. It is win in, and that is it. If we lose one single game, if we lose to Kirby or any of our last two opponents, the season is 1000% over for us. It is win to be in and win with at least 4-0 or higher to have any chance. So, I'm very excited for this rematch against Kurt because for those that do not know, I don't know if I ever up. This was probably before my channel got restarted when, and you guys already all know the story about that. But roughly 5 to 6 years ago, not to this day, but roughly around that time frame, I faced Kurt back in NCP when it was mostly a showdown league at the time still, before it started making its transition to Wi-Fi. And I took on Kirby when he was still the Portage Herdiers. I'm pretty sure that's how his was then. Was his Herdiers team. If it was Portland, I apologize, but I think it was Portage. Portage. I don't like that word. I can't see it well. But I'm here to go Kirby here. He's got Sneasler, Terralanderus, which I guess I kind of forgot he had Terralanders, so I don't think he has Terralanders though. I think it's just a little editing weird mishap there. But he's got Jirachi, Rillaboom, Blastoise, Terra Ridge, which I know for a fact. And he used to have Sylveon and a Dunsparce, but made changes the day before the changes were dropped. So he now has Zuxi and Grandma, which actually makes my team matchup way better into him, actually. Which I'm very happy for. So, as you can see, Kurt's ready to play. I'm going to quickly get into our team here and go over what we're expecting here. So, these are the 6 I expect him to bring. Top 5 should easily come. I think there's a potential chance we could see Jirachi, but I think Jirachi doesn't really make sense here. I also could see Uxie over Gramble, but I think these are pretty much the same 5 I'm expecting. I think you're forced to bring Rillaboom because of Sneasler, because Sneasler fucks my shit up. So, real quick, we have Chapel Berry, Hisui, and Samurott. SD, 3 attacks with just being able to do this. We are max speed to speed tie Rillaboom, so if we can get a priority off, we can. We have Calm Mind, Sugarberry, Iron Crown to guarantee live any one hit, and basically just OHKO things. We have a dual dance Sinistchow with primarily Shadow Ball because he does not have a normal resist on his team. We have a Haze semi-offensive Weezing here with Psybeam just for Sneasler, with Sludge Bomb, Strange Steam as our coverage options there. We have Care of Ghost with Covert Cloak on our Typhoon, which is simply designed to 1v1 any variant of Sneasler, which is great. Nasty Plot plus 3 attacks. Little bit Fizdef bulky and running kind of just more offensive. And we're rocking out with some Tech Agility Trailblaze Weakness Policy emblem here are Entei, which I did not make shiny. Let me put respect on his name and make him shiny, because if I get an agility and a trailblaze off, I am actually faster than the investment he needs with Adamant, Unburden, Sneasler, and we have agility plus this set. We are max Spadef, where if there's any chance we can live a hit from the Blastoise, if you flip turns or whatever, we proc our weakness policy, and we're good to start breaking with this mod. But with that being said, I'm going to connect with Kurt, and I'll see you guys for the battle. And we're here for the epic battle. Good luck, have fun. Good luck, have fun to Kirby here. He brought everything we expected. No Rillaboom. Wow, and he's Terra Fairy. Fairy's interesting, actually. But Fairy makes sense. Fairy does make sense. So, again, like I said, I did see there was a reason potentially not to bring the Rillaboom. Now, Uxie, I definitely was going to come here. There was a possibility for that. No Gramble, though, means no Fairy Resist, which is good instead of Sterilizher. Jirachi did come, though, which I'm actually a little surprised to see. So, knowing Kurt, either Uxie or Rachi is going to be his rocker. Now, if I'm Kurt, and I need to get into the mind of someone that is goated with the sauce, who does he most likely lead here? I feel like he most likely leads with the Jirachi, so I'm going to actually lead off with my Typhoon here. I meant Uxie, actually. Oh, I just realized. I'm stupid. I don't have taunt. So, if I'm Kurt, what am I doing here? Am I Thunder Waving? Am I Thunder Waving or am I rocking here? I think if I'm him, I'm rocking here because he would really love to get some of those rocks on here. Now, if he wants to Thunder Wave me, that's not the end of the world here. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for the Nasty Flyer here. He could also U-turn here. He does Yellow Magic me, which is very unfortunate. Now, we do prevent rocks from being up right now, though, so that's really good here. So we do prevent rocks from being up here. So my Torn now is in, and we already got a +2 off. Now, I could just go for the Terra Blast here, but I have to understand this, though. If I do this right now, right? If this is like a max HP variant, I do knock it out. However, I cannot risk going for the Terra Ghost here. Here's the reason why I can't Terra Ghost just yet. If I Terra Ghost right now, I'm basically saying, kill me, Sarah-Lich. That's what I'm saying to myself right now. So, I can easily go for a Hurricane. But am I willing to risk being paralyzed on this mod? I think I am. Now, Entei, again, was not the Pokemon I was going to want to Terra this matchup. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the risk here. I'm actually going to Terra this Pokemon, and I'm going to click Terra Blast. There is no resistance on Kurt's team. He is going to go for Light Screen. Okay, so he does go for Light Screen here. I'm going to Nasty Plot here now. So we don't see that. Light Screen, though, is actually some cool tech there. I actually did not think so. This is possibly screens. So, let's think about this play. Because Kurt here, if he tries to swap out, so that did 54% with Light Screen. So we got a low roll there. So he's definitely max HP, which is good information to know that he's max HP. So we could just go for another Terra Blast here, which I think he's fine sacking off his Uxie here. And I don't think it changes anything else that's going to happen here. So I'm just going to Terra Blast here again. Yep, he's going to get his rocks up here. We do get rid of the Uxie, which is huge for us. So he had Stealth Rock. So this was full utility Uxie, which pretty much was pretty standard here. Alright, so if we can get rid of these screens, it's good. If we got a miss there on that Thunder Wave, I think the game was probably over, honestly. Now, if I'm Kurt here, I think I easily got to go Sarah-Lich. I easily go Sarah-Lich here. And the question is now, do you Terra right out the get-go? Because here's one problem with Terra in this matchup. Is because if he Terras his Sarah-Lich, it now loses to my What's-It guy. Which I'm pretty confident I made him faster than Sarah-Lich. I'm pretty confident I did that. Yes, I did. So that's the big thing, too. So we did get First Blood. Sinistcha can... If we get an Iron Defense off on Sinistcha, we're pretty set here. If we can get an Iron Defense off on Sinistcha, we're fine. Very interested to see why Kurt's taking his time here. I think he's trying to debate whether or not he wants to make a play with Sarah-Lich to not Terra it, or if he wants to go into his Landorus, now knowing that I don't have... I mean, he could go to his Landorus and U-turn. He also could knock off. He could go Rachi here and try to flinch me. I do only have one steel resist. I do have two steel resist. I have half my team who can resist steel here. I'm not too scared of Rachi yet. In comes Landorus. Can I Oko this Landorus even though screens are up? +2. No, I can't. I think what I want to do here is I want to be able to take one hit from this thing. So, I guarantee take any one hit from this Torn. And I'd rather get my damage here. Because I need a clean switch in. Wait. Do you get Dark Pulse now? I need to double check this. Okay. So unless you're physical, which if you're physical, that's cool. Because I actually don't see physical land all that much. You don't one-shot me here. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Hurricane here. He did Earth Power. Okay. We do land. We do get a Confusion. I am not risking that. So what I think I'm going to do here, even though this is very risky, I'm going to go 1 with Bulbapedia now. Very risky play here. He did Psychic. I am going to Strength Sap here. I'm always going to Strength Sap here. Now, if he does break through his Confusions, it will knock me out. But it's up to Kurt to decide whether or not he wants to play that risk. He does get the risk, and he gets it right, man. That's unfortunate. So he was dual screens. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to go Samurai here, and I'm either going to force you to kill me, or I am going to force you out. Him not bringing Rillaboom was actually pretty huge, honestly. Dude! Like, come on. Dude, man, I can't catch a break with this Lando, dude. Tachyon kills. I have to just go for my kill at this point. That's so annoying, dude. Oh, I lost freaking 2 Pokemon because I can't get that lucky. Now, granted, yes, I got lucky with the Confusion chance. But the fact he broke out and I guess I didn't get paralyzed, and then I guess this is balancing out. I shouldn't really be that complaining too much. I just need him not to crit me here. If he crits me here, I am going to be very sad. Okay, he taunted me, that's fine. Alright, crit didn't matter. Alright, Landorus is gone. We can still win this. It's not going to be easy, though. Because unfortunately for us now, Mr. Ceruledge just became the biggest threat to my entire existence. I should have probably just went for my kill, man. I should have just went for my kill. I should have just went for my kill on Samurai, man. I really should have. I really should have, man. Also, we can just calc this, right? Like, we can look at this, right? He shook out of 1, 2, 3, 4. Of the 5 main turns of Confusion, he broke out 4 out of the 5. Because if you get hit with all 5, you're guaranteed on the 5th one to break out. So he broke all the Confusion here. So in comes this guy, and if it's Shell Smash, I think I do lose. But I don't think you're going to Shell Smash, though. I don't know if you brought Shell Smash versus my team. If Blastoise Shell Smashes on me right now, can I be able to live a hit here? Blastoise. If you're +2 Modest, I do live a hit with this. I would like to get some damage off on this guy. I really would. I really want the damage here, man. If I can get the damage here, it would be really good. Again, that's offensive Blastoise, though. Side Shock does a lot here. I'm gonna scout what he is. We are faster. He is Smash, okay. I do think I need Torn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Side Shock here. If he Shell Smashes here again, this could possibly be game. I'm a little surprised to see Smash Toys versus me. But I knew Kurt, this is his favorite Pokemon of all time, so if there's any man that I feel like we will... Wow! We actually took that very well. I'm kind of shocked, actually. Yo, this boy Crown is good. We're hazing. We're hazing. Get out of here. And now we Sludge Bomb. Because we're going to punish you if you want to try set up here. Yep. Okay. Whew. My target for weakness policy, though, now is gone, which is kind of bad, but at the same time, I think we can still make it work. If I get my agility off with my Entei, I think we could still win this. It's going to be very fucking close, though. Very surprised that Surf didn't kill me. That must mean he was probably timid. Right? Timid Crown. So, 72. Yeah, that must be timid, because... Oh, wait, actually, did I always live that? Oh, I always did live that. I'm actually... Wow. Crown with the bulk, my guy. In comes Sneasler here. We don't allow you to set up for free. Here comes the Dire Claws. Alright. We are always, unfortunately, forced into this position here. Now, if you have the Dark-type move, then I'm pretty sure this is game over. If you don't have the Dark-type move, we're pretty much still back in this. I'm going to click Terra Blast here because you're not going to risk this. Yeah, he has the Dark-type move. That crit, I don't think it mattered. Alright. Entei, my beloved, can you live a hit? Funny enough, if Entei can live this, we might have a chance. Nah, we don't. GG's, man. Oh, that Lando, dude. That Lando cost us the game. Being able to hit all of his moves 4 out of the 5 times, man. Because we had 4 chances for him to hit himself out of 5. Because on the 5th one, he was guaranteed knocked. He was going to be able out of it, but damn, man. I mean, this was a tough matchup. I knew it was going to be a tough matchup against Kurt. Shell Smash was a little bit surprising. From the Blastoise, I'm not gonna lie. But obviously, he didn't do anything for him actually in the end, besides getting the 1 kill. Man, if we could have just gotten that thing to hit himself 1 time, dude. Because I also think maybe in the end, I should never have not made the risk with Samurott. I think with Samurott, I should have just went for the attack. Because the Blastoise comes in, right? Okay, because here's the thing, right? If Blastoise comes in, I'm essentially then forced to pick a mon that I have to sacrifice. And that mon I have to sacrifice is either Iron Crown or something else potentially. Maybe like this or that, right? And at that point, Samurott can still win the game because I then would have gone in an SD off on the close combat, lived that hit, and Aqua Jet this. We could have bluffed Sucker Punch potentially, and we would have speed tied with the Ceruledge. And I always would have went for the water move. I never went for Sea Sludge in front of it, which I think pretty much killed it, by the way. I think we basically had the game. We could have had a good chance to have this game won if I had made the smart play and actually attacked there. But him getting 4 out of those 5 confusions really cost us too. That whole early game that was incredibly hacksy though, so I think that hacks overall eventually just ended up being neutral in my opinion. So But GG's to Kurt, man. Obviously, he's good for the game for the reason he now 1000% guarantees playoffs. And we now 1000 league guarantee ourselves out of the playoffs. Kurt has officially eliminated us from the season. And it's rough. I really wanted to make changes to this team before the transaction ended, but I just could not figure out what 8 combinations I wanted with the 5 transactions I had. I could not fill whatever role I felt like I needed. I do have a little bit of some regrets not picking up some stuff like picking up Doki over Wheezing, but I felt like I really needed the fairy typing. But I think in the end, I should have just probably went with Okie Dokie because it was better. Now, give granted to Wheezing here, he came in the clutch to get rid of the Shell Smash threat that was Blastoise. So I'll give Wheezing that credit, but um, yeah, I should have went with my gut on some of the things I wanted to draft it, but I drafted stuff that I think was necessary versus what I think I should have had. But GG's to Kurt, though. He's a phenomenal battler. If you're not subscribed to Kurt, what the fuck are you doing? A link to his channel will be in the description down below. Please go sub to this man because he's funny. He's got the best draft analysis when he tells you a story about it in Disney format. It's fucking lit. And he's one of the top 10 best battlers, in my personal opinion. He's slowly been kind of getting back into the YouTube grind a tiny bit as well, but he's still been on that grind in draft, and he is still one of the best in there. So definitely unfortunate I couldn't get my revenge after those 5 to 6 years, but you know what? I'm looking forward to hopefully the sequel where I get a third shot at your curve. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and like I said again, go check out Kurt. And with that, we're gonna have fun the rest of the season. Maybe bring some memes, maybe not, who knows? But we're gonna try to at least end the season with some good times. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.